Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. My name is Gayle Nicholson. I am Crone A. This is Crone B. This is Crone C. Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, I have Krista Ducharme, Crystal Witch Extraordinaire with Dimensional Healing with Krista. And of course, supporting us from below is Damaris Samolinski, our astrology crone, if you will, our star watch, our stargazing crone.
I like that.
Ask the Genie with
I like that too. Stargaze.
That.
Our stargazing
Okay, I need to write
crone.
that down.
Yes, me too.
I do.
Awesome,
I need
awesome
to write
stuff.
it.
So hello and welcome to everybody. Thanks for coming in and joining us. Hey Ada, we've got a couple of viewers already. Thanks for the likes and the loves. If you have a chance to, like right now, go share this out to anybody that you think might be interested in watching, so that they can come on live and play with us and have some fun. Hey Michael, G. Michael Turner has joined us. Thank you so much for popping in today. This is going to be a heck of a show. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. We've got really exciting merch to talk about. And yes, I know. Oh my gosh, check this out. Okay, check this out. And we will be gifted with a little bit of singing from Miss Krista. Little power to listen. City streets alone. I love it. You ought to get a Clio for that one. That was our little 13-second commercial with Miss Krista this year. I didn't get a chance to see her videos showing everybody the new stickers that have come in. I love them. Oh
Me
my
too.
God.
They're so much better in person. And ladies, yours were meant to get in the mail today, but they will be in the mail first thing tomorrow. Kevin went to the post office versus me.
Kevin.
It really and truly, they're really awesome. I was getting nervous because they weren't getting here, and it's just sometimes our military mail system can be a little bit hanky. But oh my God, when you see them in person, ladies, because you two are getting yours, and I have 7 envelopes of 4 stickers each, $10. Such a bargain.
Such a bargain for you. Okay, so how can people buy them? And for right now, it's first come, first serve, right? Hi Tracy, hi Sue. Thanks for joining us.
So message directly, Krista Ducharme. Just message me, and then I'll give you the details, because I'm gonna have you guys pay me as a friend, and then I'll be frank. The money is just getting turned around to buy more stickers.
Right at this point, yes, we are supporting our sticker habit.
They're fun. Yes.
They look like fun. I have a couple of water bottles that I already have in mind to stick them on.
You know what? I will be honest. You girls know this because we had this conversation when we first started talking about stickers. Okay. But when I was little, like the garbage pail kids, stickers were a big deal. And my siblings are all 6 to 10 years older than me. So they were all into, all of that stuff. And I got my hands on stickers one day, and I plastered them all over my antique wooden dresser. And my mother beat my ass so hard. I still to this day have, like cringing when I think of putting a sticker on anything. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously. And
traumatized.
Oh my gosh. But looking at those stickers, I'm like, I'm gonna have to do some therapeutic sticker sticking.
Oh, honey,
have fun with it.
You have to have fun with this, because, and I get it. My mom, and she's on. There's Sue, right? She was like really anti-sticking stickers on things as well. And then of course I married my husband who just, he tags everything. He tags everything, because ship stickers are a big deal. And so when you're pulling in and out of ports, they'll tag, which is they'll take stickers. I'm like, oh my God.
You know what's funny is I'm a 90s person. Tagging is with spray paint.
Well, yeah, no. At least with stickers, you can spray. It comes off a lot more readily and easily.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think we had Gooby Gone when I was little.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know when Gooby Gone or Goo Gone came out.
Yeah, Goo Gone.
That would be an interesting thing. And if you don't have Goo Gone, lemon essential oil works like a charm.
Yeah.
I use it on the stains too, on my clothes. If I drop something on my clothes, I put a little drop and throw it in the wash. Gone.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Essential oil.
I absolutely love that holographic one that just shimmers gold and stuff. Can you show that? Oh my God. It is stunning. Absolutely
and when you see it in the sunlight. So this one by picture, remember when I sent you guys the pictures? I'm like, oh yeah. And I kind of looking at the holograph one and I'm going, I'm really not so sure,
beautiful.
but this is going to be what I think it is, right?
Nice.
And oh my gosh, it was so much more. And so now, so I'm going to just go ahead and say, all right, so now I'm working on a new sticker, right? Well, I'm working on a new set of stickers because you see now it's going to be an addiction.
Yeah, we know that the quality is there now.
Oh, now I'm like all over this, right? So I'm going to take our logo, which, oh, by the way, I need to explain this and why our logo is what it is. Let you do that, Gayle. Because Kevin explaining to him our logo, and he goes, I didn't even know that. So I'm going to take our logo, just that part, and have it holographed, but have it holographed, I hope, like this.
Nice.
That one could be a beautiful tattoo, let me tell you.
Oh, well, yes and no.
In its current form, no.
Lines.
Yeah. That's
too many fine lines. So
our logo on it instead of the Dreamcatcher look.
Yeah. So I know we're just talking now about stickers, and I'm getting way too excited. What can I say? Apologize.
Right, Allison? Who doesn't love stickers?
Yes.
I
love stickers.
I love looking at them. I start shaking when I think of sticking them on anything. I am so exaggerating this, honestly. I do have an aversion to it, but it's not like I go into a traumatic reaction.
I gave you a written
What? You froze.
Permission slip.
Oh, okay. Yes.
To stick.
Yes.
Like you have permission. Sometimes we need that in life.
We do, yeah.
Sometimes we do. This one.
I mean, it's, far be it from any of us to let dead people control our daily lives,
Yeah, I know, right?
That's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna recap because Krista broke up just a little bit while she was saying. So if you would like to purchase one of the first 7 packages of 4 stickers each for the amount of $10 a package, reach out to Krista in Messenger and she will send you the information to send her the money as a friend so that we get more money to buy more stickers and start building up this merchandise. So is there anything else that we need to add to that right now?
No, I'm just really excited. Oh, and then when you do get the stickers, share where you stuck them.
Yes. Oh, I like that idea.
I like that idea.
Okay, cool.
Exciting.
Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing week. It really, really is. I'm so excited, right? How much better can it get? All right, Miss Damaris, are we ready for the weekly forecast, my love?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So today I'm going to talk about Jupiter and Neptune conjunction, which is an amazing conjunction. The last time this happened was in 2009. So it's happening again. This conjunction really gives us the ability to, ascend. It's all about releasing forgiveness. It's all about surrender. It's all about purification, that conjunction. So, it's all about almost like life, life searching for meaning in life, searching for our own individual purpose. Those two planets are very spiritual. Jupiter is an ancient ruler and Neptune is considered a modern ruler. They're both, vehicles of ascension. They help us. See, there's a big shift going on right now planetarily on the planet Earth. There's leaving behind what doesn't serve us and going into, what does serve us and aligning with what does align with us. So there's this shift of, that's happening. It's chaotic. It's also about, erosion of ethics and seeking more faith. Right. So a lot of people, their ethical, their morals need an adjustment, not us, but a lot of people.
Like Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the people, just the hierarchy there. Yeah.
Just
yeah. And so that's the shift that's happening. And so we have to seek faith. I look at the media, the news, and it's all fear. It's all fear-based. And I'm like, why should I sit here and, get fearful with everything that they're telling me? I just don't even watch it. I seek faith. I go into prayer and meditation rather than look at that. Yeah, I want to see what's going on in the world, but I don't want to be sort of like planted in, with fear. You know what I mean? Because then that creates issues in my personal life. So,
you don't want to own it. It's okay to observe it. It's okay to be an observer.
Yeah.
But to take on the ownership of what you're being told.
But some people do. Some people do.
Yes. They do. Yeah.
I had a client during the beginning of the pandemic. She wouldn't even go to the mailbox to get her mail. She literally became crippled because she was afraid of catching COVID. She thought that it was in the airborne and she was just going to go outside and catch it. So this lady was literally like crippled. That's the only word I can use, and she was glued to the TV, and so I was like, maybe you should like do something different rather than watch the news all day,
John Netflix.
What was that?
Binge on Netflix.
Yeah, something else.
Watch Chernobyl on Netflix. Yeah.
No, don't watch. Really, don't. If you get crippled easily, don't watch it.
So it was really good, though. It was really good.
We have to seek faith with those two planets, that conjunction of those two planets. We have to sort of like surrender to God, let go and let God. We have to purify our souls. We have to release whatever we need to release in order to move forward. Otherwise, we're heavy, we become dense. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what it's called for with those two planets, the conjunction of those two planets. We have to go from confusion to certainty, like certainty within ourselves, not necessarily the world, because we don't know what the heck is going on, but, being certain with ourselves, knowing our truth, seeking, a higher purpose. That's that conjunction. So I love it. The number 8. Oh my gosh. I was so happy when, I realized it was the number 8. The number 8 is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about discipline, right? It's all about the personality thinking, okay, I think just because I can doesn't mean you should type of thing, right? So the personality the personality needs discipline. It needs, boundaries. Some people don't have either. And so that's what that 8 number is about. It's hard work. Once you do all that work and become disciplined within yourself and know your boundaries and know other people, and also let people know you don't cross their boundaries and they don't cross yours, so to speak, right? Then you reach the level of 88, which is a mastership in you become sort of like a disciple, is what I'm going to say. And so with that mastership, the 88 equals 16, and 16, when you break it, the two of them together, the 1 is ruled by Mars, the 6 is ruled by Venus. So you have this war type of energy with this love and compassion type of energy. And so Venus always wins, right? So when you have the 16 is the war between Venus and Mars, and Venus always wins. But then when you add it to the single digit, it comes to the 7. So 1 and 6 is 7. So the 7 is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the vehicle of ascension. Is Pisces is one of the most spiritual signs. It's psychic, it's self-expression, finding your inner gifts, finding your psychic abilities, because we all have them. So the 88, it's hard to reach that 88 because you have to be disciplined, and you have to discipline yourself, not necessarily, someone else telling you, no, you don't do that. You should know what you can do and what you can't do. Sort of like that inner compass, that, that inner guidance that tells you what's right and what's wrong, going back to the ethics, right? And the morals, right? And so the 88 fits in with everything I was saying about Neptune and Jupiter. When we reach that 88 master number, it's really amazing because we become a master of the self. We become a disciple of God, and so we walk in that same path. The golden rule goes back to that, right? If we all follow that, what a beautiful planet wouldn't we have, But, people want to get ahead, so they throw others under the bus, so they, price gouge at the pump, or, stuff like that.
We're having a back studio conversation.
Heaven forbid that the C level of any corporation actually take the hit. They got to pass it on to the consumer. Yeah, you suck, people.
but that's what it is. Those, the number and the planets, the 2 planets together, can definitely help us, again, go within, instead of being fearful, seeking faith and seeking, our purpose in the world. What am I here for? What's the meaning of my life? What's the meaning of life, period? And when we start asking,
to have fun.
Well, yeah, we can, but there's also work to do. There's work to be done.
So work can be fun.
Yeah.
How much fun can you have working?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, my work, I consider it fun. I don't never say, oh my God, I gotta get up and do this. I just, okay, so I get it.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. I love it.
It is.
I absolutely love it. I'm sorry. I'm being so sassy today. I'm not quite sure what's going on with me, but you know what? It's just is what it is.
It's an empowerment day because it is International Women's Day.
Yes. It is. And hello to all you international women out there.
That's
like Krista, like myself, maybe even Damaris. I'm not sure. You're just purely from Queens. I don't know. But
I'm from Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Long Island. Joanne was Queen.
The other
That's
Crones.
right. I don't know. I keep collapsing those two together. So I mean, I've lived in I've lived in Canada, other countries from the U.S. It's pretty much
that is.
You cross the bridge and you go back in time 30 years. That's all. It's not another country. It's just another time. And then Krista, our globetrotter, has lived in multiple countries around the world. How many countries have you lived in?
I have lived in, let's see, the United States, Scotland, Japan, Italy, Australia, Netherlands. 6 countries.
So she is truly an international woman.
She sure is.
I've lived in both hemispheres, 6 countries, 4 continents, both coasts of the U.S., north and south in the U.S. So yeah, I've had that honor and privilege of living.
Yes. Awesome stuff.
And out of all the countries, where would you live? Like, if you had to pick one, where would you say I'm moving there for, forever?
People ask me this all the time, and every country, there's a reason why I would oh my God, live there all the time. The United States, because of course that's where my passport says I'm from. I love Tasmania in Australia. There was as a matter of fact, when we were down there, I was ready to sell everything and just stay there.
Wow.
I love Scotland. That's where I spent my youth. So for me, that's where home is. I love it here in the Netherlands. It's just, at least in the location of the Netherlands that we're in, I really do like it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The people are fantastic. Japan, that is a very unique and different culture and way of life. But yet when you get into the rhythm, there's the piece about the rhythm. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
In Italy, well, it's Italy.
The food, right?
So
should be awesome in Italy.
It really is. It's an amazing country, amazing people. I spent, yeah. So, I mean, for me, there's no one place. That's why we're going to become turtles.
Yes.
And live, and so we can just keep moving around.
I love that. I really do. One of the things that has crossed my mind lately because I don't know where I'm going to be living next month. It's like I've been at my daughter's place like 6 months. It's been wonderful, but at the same time, it's time.
You want your own place.
Exactly. And I'm like, I've always wanted to take like a couple of months or a summer or whatever and like camp across the USA, like you're talking about living like a turtle.
Living like a turtle.
And I'm like, oh my God, how amazing could that be to take it on the road, literally.
Yeah, definitely.
And oh my gosh, just the possibilities.
Sold her house and bought an RV, and that's what she did.
Yeah.
She just traveled across the states. And, I'm like, you sold your house to buy an RV? She's like, yep. So that's what she did. Her and her dog.
And there are a lot of people actually over the last couple of years that have done that. Like they've gone way remote, right? Like, enough of this. So we're just like gonna head out on the road. Now I don't have a house to sell to get an RV. I got my little sedan and a 4x8 trailer and a well-stocked camping gear. But you know what? There's a lot to be said for kind of going by the seat of your pants and camping your way across the country in all of the beautiful national parks that we have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So if you guys would be interested in sponsoring a trip like that, right? Like I'll do a blog, I'll do photos along the way. Not you guys in particular, but our audience, right? Like
it might be
on the road and visiting different metaphysical shops across the country, and
people do that and talking to people.
What can be mined along the way, right?
There's a show, something dives, diners, and something.
Diners, dives, and drive-ins.
That's it. Yeah. He goes across, the country, or I don't know, even in other countries to go to, restaurants and dives and.
There's a huge YouTube following for people who are RVing and camping. There's also groups of just women that go out on the road and they camp together and they travel together to be safe. And that's the big thing. But yeah, no, if you're Gayle, if you're really up for it, I will direct you to some experts.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to look into it.
Yeah, it is.
I've been looking at apartments and stuff. Let me tell you, it's difficult to get into an apartment when you have a 95-pound Akita. Now, mind you, she was a trained service dog before we rescued her, but I've never like registered her. So most of the places that we've looked at have, policies where it's like they'll take a small dog, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've known more small dogs that have been vicious in my experience in life than big dogs.
Yeah, me too.
So I get kind of pissy about it because she's so docile and she's so quiet and she's actually very well trained. So I hate to get into a year-long lease in any one place.
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move into Krista's talk about this week, because I love this particular crystal. It is
amazing.
Beautiful.
It's an amazing crystal. Chaorite, everybody. So this, again, it always just astonishes me how perfect the crystal is. So one of the things about Chaorite you need to know, first of all, is it's only mined in Russia. So, so my friends, if you have it, treasure it. If you don't have it, go out today and buy it, because there are a couple of stones that can only be found in Russia. And this is one of them. For me, it kind of is poignant. Kevin came running in right before I had to come on with some interesting news. I'm not going to share it. Y'all can watch it on the news. But it was really interesting news. I know.
You guys are like,
not
the journalist in me goes, you heard it here first. You can't do that. Damn it.
I can't do that. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. So this crystal,
she froze.
Right, her signal's getting jammed. Kevin's downstairs going, Krista.
No, I have my own. Seriously?
No.
Oh God, good. All right, I have my own. I'll have to have Kevin look at it. I have my own Wi-Fi, and it is like really strong. So I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it freezes at times.
That's really kind of weird. So this crystal, it's a purpley color, and it looks like it's winged or marbled. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful
how
stone.
beautiful.
There you go. Isn't it gorgeous?
It's beautiful.
Wonderful, by the way. Age group, Crones, women of the approaching their wisdom years rather than their mother years. It's a really great one. Other than the fact that it's from Russia, the reason why I think it's really poignant for today and really poignant for this week, and with what Damaris is saying, is it is really good for helping you work on your intuition. So you guys have probably heard of the clairs.
Yeah.
Or you have. And the clairs, clairvoyance, which is all about your intuition. It's learning to trust that the insight that you're gaining and the insight that you're getting. This is a great stone to learn to trust yourself, to trust your own knowing. This is a great stone to find that wisdom or that path, that shift of knowing that you are sure with who you are. Remember, we only can control one person. I don't care what anyone ever told you. I don't care what your grandparents said, what your mom said, what your dad said, what your great aunt, 3 doors down said. It doesn't matter. The only person you control is you. When we were kids, remember? Well, when you're an adult, you can tell everybody what to do. That is the biggest bag of horse manure that is sold to kids. Well, one of them. One of many. But that one in particular, because the only person you can control is you, and you control how you react, not which controls again how you act, which then again makes you stand very confident in who you are. And it's a very interesting thing that this sort of comes up, because I know some young people currently who are who are struggling, I think is a good word, struggling with the fact that they are confident with who they are. However, other people's lack of confidence in themselves and that judgment aspect that other people try to inflict upon you, and yes, inflict is the right word, inflict upon you in order to make you wrong for being who you are, can be really overpowering. And so it starts, I think it starts, from a very young age. But I find that when you start leaving home, right, when you start leaving that security, and and you're strong and you're confident in who you are, we'll just use that you are a optimistic person who is happy. And you have people who aren't optimistic and who are really trying to come in and make you wrong for being happy. Why are you so happy all the time? You don't take life serious because you're happy. It's like,
that's where those boundaries come in, right? With that number 8.
It really is. And so you have to learn, and thank you for doing that, Damaris, because I was like, because you have to learn. And that's one of those struggles. And the older and the wiser we get, and especially when we use crystals such as Chaorite, or there are other ones that really help us tap into who we are and help us understand who we are, you get caught in this circle. It's like a web almost, or a spiral, if you will, of other people's,
beliefs.
Beliefs and wrong choices, to make your right choices wrong. Does that make sense? Or did my analogy go a little over
No,
there?
it makes sense to me.
It makes sense. I think a lot of what we're talking about here is how, we each grow up in a family, right? And that's the way life is, right? And then we expect everybody else's family to be the same way. Therefore, everybody else is the same way. And when you have grown up in a family that's traumatized you, or you're insecure, or it wasn't safe to be too happy, then when you go out into the world and you're confronted with somebody that has not been traumatized to that level, and that has been encouraged and inspired to be ebullient and expressive of their joy, you really feel threatened by that. Like, this is unsafe. Some hand is going to come out of the sky and slap all of us, because this person has, the audacity to be happy, right?
Oh my goodness.
And we, not me personally, but generally speaking, we tend to try and put like a garbage can over that bright light, because it's somehow threatening to us, right?
Oh yeah. And then even when you're trying to, if you're that person who's like, okay, well, maybe I can try that bright light, right? It's not going to burn me, it's not going to hurt me, we'll use that, right? But they'll go into, but then the minute somebody makes them feel wrong, or puts judgment on them, or pushes their boundary against them, and it makes them uncomfortable, they try to step out. Or they do step out, right? And it becomes this yo-yo effect.
And they literally moth to a flame type of thing, right? Where you're attracted to that bright light, that vibrant life force, right? But when you get too close, it does hurt to a certain extent, right? Now, I'm not saying that bright light is gonna, incinerate you. I'm saying that, it's a little bit more than you can take, and you do back away, right?
Yeah.
Like a smart moth, right?
Yeah.
Like a
rather than
self-protective
driving
moth.
into it.
Yeah. But it's very similar, because that light is so attractive, and you may or may not have the capacity to deal with it. So what ends up happening, I find, for a lot of people, is that they get close enough and it gets uncomfortable, and they want to beat the flame. Like, they want to put it out, because that's the threat, right?
Yeah, and it's really not. It's just that it's making them uncomfortable. And what's really uncomfortable that people don't realize is that their vibration is up here, and we'll use this because of the camera I'm using. And that the bright flame is up there, and then other people's are down here. This is that survival level. And this is that love vibration. Life is good and happy and joyous. Yeah. So Chaorite will help us with this. And I'm not going to say it's overnight. Don't think that. That's one of the things. Yeah. People seem to get, I think, overwhelmed when they pick up a crystal and it doesn't instantly happen for them. Okay.
Yeah, it takes time to reacclimate,
rebalance, recalibrate.
Like, exactly, that's the word I'm looking for. Recalibrating your body's frequency, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be, have that stuff with you for a while. Sometimes you can feel it immediately, but that doesn't mean that it's changing your energy signature that quickly.
No.
We also have to release what's not serving us to allow new things to come in, because we need to go through that purification process of letting go of our own negative thoughts, negative behaviors, old, dated, patterns of acting, or the way we're being. We have to get rid of that, and that's that Neptune Jupiter thing going on. Then we can get into our gifts, right? The spiritual gifts, the self-expression, the soul's purpose, all of that. So
yeah. And a great way to physically, I was going to say, and a great way to physically see that you need a release is look around you, especially if you're at home. Look at your desk if you're at work. Look at the way your car is. If your life is full of clutter, and I'm not talking organized clutter. I mean, if you came up with a light, you saw that, I had my sewing box out and had a couple of other things. It is organized behind me because I was working on a project. But if it's been there for weeks or months, or it's just plain chaos, just plain, that is chaos.
Yeah.
And that will keep attracting more chaos. And that will keep attracting more negative stuff. And then add crystals into that mess. Okay? So what do you think crystals are going to amplify? They're going to amplify the chaos. And that isn't what you're trying to bring. You want to bring the crystals in to relax. So you need to start, releasing, if you will, and letting go, so that you can actually really gain those gifts. And I've seen this with people as they've started this journey in releasing and letting go on a physical sense and on a physical level. And there are multiple things that happen. One, they lose weight, and not just the weight of the stuff, but physical weight. They start to feel more joy because they're not being
lighter
pushed down. They're able to rise up and feel the joy because they can breathe and they can move, right? Yeah. So think about that. I mean, today, if I'm not saying you have to belong to the Clean Desk Club, because then we're not going to go. And FYI, if you're just like hyper super like OCD about everything, that's a whole
that's its own symptoms.
That's what?
That's its own symptom.
Yeah, that's a totally different avenue. And it doesn't mean that you don't have to release. It means you just have to let go.
You know, it just, something just came to me just now. The number 8 is that infinity sign, right?
Yeah.
So when you have it like the number 8, is almost like above, so below. Whatever is above in here will manifest here.
Yes.
Right. So if we have negative thoughts, negative thinking, you know, it's going to manifest somewhere in your body, because as above, so below.
It is. And it's the same with, so maybe you're somebody who's like, oh no, all my stuff's hidden in the attic. It's kind of like saying, yeah, all my stuff is all organized down in the basement. Really?
Yeah.
Is it really that organized in the basement?
Yes. It all comes together, right?
It really does. It really comes together. But Chaorite really is a great aiding tool for a lot of the chaos that's going on, and calming it down and bringing you into focus. So if you have it, wear it. I know Sue has a couple of pieces at Class Act Imports. She has a couple of gorgeous pieces, actually.
Yeah, she should put them up.
And so she had them up the other day. And
well, Sue, will you drop the display for the pieces of Chaorite that you've got into the 3 Crones group, since it's the crystal of the week? Will you drop that in later?
Yeah.
Or
drop
now,
that
whenever you get a chance.
Whenever. But yeah, and for those of you, if you want to find it loose and stuff, message me. I have a couple of places online.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Get it while the getting is good, because if things continue the way that they are, and Russia continues on multiple levels to want to take their toys and go home, like they're doing with the International Space Station. And, sanctions are in place between the U.S. and Russia in a number of different areas, and corporations are being pressured to just stop doing business of their own accord in Russia. Then, it's not going to be easy to get a piece of Chaorite by next year. It's just not.
I'll get it now.
I'll work on making a list of, there are a couple of crystals I know and stones that really do come from Russia, and it's the only known place to find it and to mine it at the moment. So that if you're in search of something, or you're in search of that, you can go. And like I said, message me if you're looking for some reputable online places. I know a few.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful stone.
Awesome.
It really is a gorgeous one. It really and truly is a beautiful, beautiful stone.
I mean, they're all beautiful within their own right.
Yes.
I love the purple ones for some reason.
Yeah. And it has a purple. Chaorite also has a
there's sometimes like a golden brownness to it too.
Yeah, and it has a luminescent. It kind of, I don't want to say it sparkles. It doesn't have flash, but there's something else in it that just kind of makes it go.
Like the Labradorite has all those colors.
Yeah, it has flash.
But it's slightly different than the Labradorite. It's almost more like a tiger's eye chatoyancy, which I think may be part of that Chaorite. But
it's not
also Petersite comes out of Russia as well, and it's like a bluish version of.
I never saw that one.
A Petersite. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous! It's one of my favorite stones. I'll have to take a picture of it later.
I'll have to look at that.
Beautiful stuff. All right, thank you, Krista.
You're welcome. Your turn, madam.
Yeah, we want to talk a little bit about the the card of the day, which fits, of course, right in place, even with the spelling.
My goodness.
The Chariot.
Oh, wow.
Right? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, the Chariot is truly all about keeping things in balance, keeping all of these powerful things that are pulling on you and getting you to your next place in balance, so that it doesn't become a train wreck, literally. So today's message from Galaxy Tarot, is where I get all of these. I pull it after midnight, the day we do the show, so that it's the card of the day. Today is March 8th, 2022. And today's message is you can accomplish a great deal today, but discipline is key. Stay focused on your goals. Don't let distractions interfere. You have the skills and resources to achieve what you want, but not without effort. All right. So, as always, this all just kind of pulls in with the Jupiter and Neptune, releasing those things that are not what you need to be focusing on anymore, surrendering so that you can move forward with consistency and certainty and, turning that confusion, into certainty.
Discipline.
Exactly. The discipline of the number 8, having those healthy boundaries in place. It just all folds in together perfectly, and with the Chaorite, right? Working on those intuitions, working on trusting your intuitions, the clairs like Krista talked about. A lot of times I feel like people think that intuition it only comes one way, like a feeling, right? That's not true. All of the clairs can be utilized for that. And you may be more inclined toward a particular clair than others, right? Clairvoyancy, meaning that you see images that give you clues, right? Clairsentient is just that knowing, just like I sense this, not I feel it, but I sense this, right? And then what was the other one?
Clairaudience.
Clairaudience. Thank you.
Yeah, clairaudience.
Like when you hear things, like there was, when I was in school, I was in 3rd grade, we had a substitute teacher. And this happened to me quite often when I was a kid, and it was very strange. We were reading this book, and it was about ice, and it was about science, right? She was reading this book to us, and she just asks the entire class, does anybody know why ice cubes float? And I heard the word bubbles. The bubbles are trapped. And so that's what I'm like, because there's bubbles in it, and then the bubbles are trapped, and the air is trapped in the ice. And she looked at me like, how did you know that? And it was because I'd heard a whisper in my head, right? Many, many times that happened to me. And I ended up shutting it off for a while because I got alienated by my peers for always knowing the answers I had no right to know. Right. Yeah. So, and we can do that to ourselves. We can shut down those clairs in a self-protective mode so that we're not voted off the island, right?
Or burnt at the stake.
Yes.
Right. Or burnt at the stake, or, don't float like a duck. So,
don't float, don't walk. Yeah, now I got it all. Yep.
Exactly. So, the Chaorite will help you reopen those closed down avenues for the clairs that you are inclined towards best, right? And allow you to reopen those avenues for receiving awareness for everything around you. You don't have to take on that, whatever you're aware of, but being aware is empowering. So open up those avenues for trusting yourself, trusting those avenues of intuition, learning for yourself what's the difference between your mental monkey mind warning you against recreating the past and being aware currently of what is your highest good in the present. So let's step into your bold strength to heal the world with all of this, because everything that is presented to you is yours to handle, right? And the biggest missing in the world is when you think, oh, I should do this, I should take this action, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to. And then after the fact, you're like, damn, I was right, I should have done that, right? So when you receive these messages, right, these hints that this is what you should let go of. This is what you should surrender or release so that you can get to the next level. Take action on that. Sometimes, like as Damaris was talking earlier about, we have to let go of these things in order to, right? Sometimes that seems a little bit too concrete world, right? Sometimes all that truly is required in that moment is not this bulk action of get rid of this to make room for this. But in that moment when we are presented with the choice to do what we've done, that thing that we really should be releasing, just choosing to do something differently instead, acting from, if I actually were already this person that I want to become, what would I do? And doing that instead of focusing on the thing that, oh, I shouldn't be doing this anymore, right? Which holds it in place. So allow that flow of the surrender and releasing by taking the actions that you would do if you were already where it is that you choose to be. That will help things a lot better. And it will go so much more with ease when you take into account that Chaorite power, right? Of trusting yourself, that intuition, knowing that when there is something that's presented for you to do, taking action on that, even if it doesn't make sense right then. Because how many of us have experienced in the past an Indiana Jones moment where it doesn't seem logical for me to take this next step, but it wasn't until I took that step and the next step that the entire pathway appeared. And you can't see it from where you were at before you take that first step. So even if it seems illogical, be bold, step out, step into your personable strength, right? Like not your personal strength, your personable strength, right? Like as an entity who you're supposed to be in this world for the good of all, including yourself. Be bold and take that action and have a phenomenal week ahead, knowing that now is the time. Now is the time. The boundaries. Go ahead.
Something. It takes a lot of determination and discipline to do what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
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 And people may not want to put the determination and the discipline to get there.
Well, and here's the thing. You're absolutely right. It does take determination and it does take discipline. But when we think about that beforehand, right? We've been conditioned to not like the idea of discipline. We want to be free spirits, and my historical memory of discipline was getting my ass beat as a kid. Okay? It's not a nice word to, right? But the real revelation of that word is in the root disciple. It is to teach. Okay, that's all that discipline is. So when we're resisting the idea of discipline, right? We're resisting the idea of allowing ourselves to make mistakes, learn something new from it, advance our skill in that area. And when we start thinking of it that way, it becomes more adventurous. It becomes more exciting, right?
It's so funny because the 88 I said was mastership disciple.
Yes. Yep, it is.
Yes.
88.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that determination, we again, with the energetic conditioning of that word, that determination means hard work.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, heavy lifting, and it's going to be,
it doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
It kind of is, though. It is. If we're not determined, if we're not focused, and we don't have the discipline to do something, it's going to be very difficult to get there. I had a client the other day, and he works for construction, and he's very unsure of himself. And I'm like, I'm really glad you're not a pilot.
Yeah.
I would.
So am I.
Not playing. You know what I mean? He just goes back and forth with this uncertainty of himself, and he's working with big machinery. I'm like, you really need to work on this, you know. And I'm so happy you're not a pilot, and you know, I don't want to be grappling with you. But it takes discipline, it takes determination, and it takes a willingness to get over the hump, so to speak. Whatever it is that you know is making you unsure of yourself. You have to work on that. So it does take work.
Well, yeah, but again, work can be joyful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Work can be joyful.
You can have fun becoming disciplined. You know, you don't have to always love what it is. I'm a natural swimmer. I'm not a natural runner. Mm-hmm. But a few years back, I was walking so much and at such a breakneck speed. I was like, hey, let's try running. Why not?
What happened, Krista?
I did. I ran several 5Ks. I ran 8Ks. I ran 13Ks. I ran a half marathon. I mean, I did all of that. And then a spider fell on me out of the sky, a big one. It was in Australia. And then I was done running. Because frankly, there was no fun in having big spiders fall on me from the sky.
Yeah.
No
fun in that.
Yeah, and I've seen some of those colonies in the trees in Australia where the entire tree gets encased in a web, and
thankfully, I say it fell on me, but it really didn't. It fell on Kevin, who was like 3 feet in front of me, and I watched it fall, and I watched him do one of these things, and I'm just like, trying not to scream because it's like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can have fun while, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I wanted to say about determination, right?
Yeah.
Because we have this connotation that goes with these words that set us up where there's a no-win situation, right?
Yeah.
But in fact, what determination is about is getting clarity. It's not about digging your heels in and all of that hard work, right? It's about getting clarity, determined, right?
Yeah.
So
that is
right.
Yeah,
exactly. So in reality, to have all of this, sorry, the UPS driver is here and Jasmine's alerting. To get ease in all of that, it takes one thing, and that is to make a decision. Mm-hmm. When you decide that this is going to be what is for you, right? You kill off all of the other possibilities. CIDE. You kill off those other possibilities. So that makes that determination happen. You got clear. This is it. Yeah. This is what I choose, right? And it makes the line of discipline also very clear. This is what I'm going to learn about. This is what I'm going to level up with. This is where my skills are going to be finely tuned, right? So then the universe knows the experiences to hand to you, and the intuitions to give you in whatever way you receive them best, to make that go on into the levels of mastery. Right?
Yes.
There's that 8, love that infinity once again.
Love it. Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. All right, my ladies. Let's say congratulations to this week's winner. She is a frequent flyer here at 3 Crones and the Woo Woo.
About that pilot.
Yep.
There you go. We got the pilot.
Congratulations, Tanya Pesci.
Yay.
So happy that you've won once again. So you know the drill, but for those who don't, all you got to do is share out this episode of 3 Crones and the Woo Woo wherever you like. We love it when you put a little note with it too and tell them how wonderful we are. Oh my gosh. That's so wonderful. My day. We love it. So share it out, make a comment, give us a like, and then at the end of the week, I'll go through with all the people that have shared and we will pick your name, whoever it may be, And then all you've got to do when you win is reach out to the crone of your choice to collect your prize. And your prize is always a 30-minute reading. In my case, if you reach out to me, it will either be an intuitive tarot reading or an EFT tapping session. In Krista's case, it will always be a crystal reading, which are phenomenal. Oh my gosh. And then also in Damaris's case, it will be either an intuitive tarot reading or an astrology reading or numerology, whichever. I'm sorry.
They're all intertwined.
Yeah, they pretty much are, aren't they? Aren't they?
Pretty much.
So, whatever you would like, Tanya, because I think that you've tried all three of us by now. So whatever you're ready for next, because all of those readings could be renewed every 3 months or so.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
But thank you for being a devoted Three Crones and the Woo Woo audience member, one of our Coven of Joy, and we're so very happy. And congratulations to you once again. All right. And we want to say thank you to all of our contributors and sponsors. Thanks, Sue at Class Act Imports, and also to Krista Ducharme at Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. Also to Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski, and yours truly, Gayle Nicholson at Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. From all of us here at Three Crones and the Woo Woo, thank you so much for being part of our group, for watching us from week to week again and again. We love you. Have a fantastic week ahead, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.